Hidden Secrets to Healing Epstein Barr Chronic Fatigue Syndrome. So I want to focus on chronic fatigue syndrome, particularly as it relates to Epstein Barr virus. And as you know, that's a very common virus. 96% of our population has been exposed to it. And so we've all virtually been exposed to it, but some people it takes hold of. When we get it during the teen years, we have the symptoms of mono. When we get it other times, it may just feel like a little tiredness or a little minor virus, and we go on. But some people can't suppress it and can't shut it off. And when that's the case, then we end up with some chronic problems that are really difficult to resolve. And I want to share with you some of the nature of this, in that people that are dealing with Epstein Barr tend to have some pretty chronic patterns. And so I'll talk about some of the ways that we deal with it from the immune system angle and from the neurological perspective. Let's talk about the neurological perspective. So many times we have traumas and stresses and family patterns that get ingrained in us. And so many of the people that are dealing with Epstein Barr feel like they have no hope, or they have to be perfectionists and everything has to be just exactly right, or they feel like they're just dealing with the same thing in their life over and over and over again, or they feel controlled by others, or they're always putting others first and always putting themselves last. And they often have a huge fear of disappointing others, that others will not be happy with their performance. They are very performance based, and they may feel like giving up, and they may be disappointed in themselves. So those are some of the common characteristics of those that are dealing with Epstein Barr and have a hard time suppressing that virus. And the way that we deal with that in our office is quantum NeuroReset Therapy. And so QNRT reads the body-mind connection. It relays that information back to the person. They tell us what matches that in their life, and then we verify that through a muscle test, and then we reset the brain, which involves stimulation with light, sound, touch, to reboot the brain and help it function better and help people see clearly what's their responsibility and what's other people's responsibility. And too often in people with chronic fatigue, those circles between our own responsibility and others' responsibility get blurred, and then we waste a lot of energy dealing with what is really other people's stuff, and it's things that we can't do anything about, because we can't do anything about other people's opinions and other people's beliefs and what other people say. But we end up worrying about those and fretting about those and feeling like we have to take action on those. And so we end up wasting a ton of energy that way. So that's how we deal with the neurological side of Epstein Barr virus. And the metabolic side of it, we deal with several different ways, but one of the most powerful ways is this right here, which is series therapy from a company called Bio, and it is homeopathic remedies in different strengths, typically taking one vial every 3 days. It's a liquid, and you just drink it, hold it under your tongue for a minute, and swallow it. And take that one every 3 days, and it goes up in strength each time, 10 steps up for a month, and then 10 steps down, starting at 10, going back down to 1 for a month. And that clears some really deep infections. You'll find a video testimonial, Heather is the name, and she goes over how she is now, well, on the testimonial she was probably 4 or 5 months, but now she's well over a year of having recovered from both Hashimoto's low thyroid and Graves' disease hyperthyroid, and now she's over a year with normal thyroid labs and no thyroid medications. And so she covers that testimonial, and that's what we did with her, was QNRT, quantum NeuroReset Therapy, and Epstein Barr virus series therapy. Now there can be other aspects to healing Epstein Barr virus, but those are two key points to deal with the neurological connections through quantum NeuroReset therapy for all those patterns that I discussed, so that we're not wasting our energy on things that aren't really our responsibility. And then deeply clearing the infection with series therapy. And if you're interested in this, contact our office, 270-554-2141. Like us here on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, get in our Drugless Support for Autoimmunity group on Facebook, Drugless Support for Autoimmunity, because we have people seeing us from many different states for this issue and being really successful with that. So I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness, Chiropractic Redefined.